Hi, in this video, I'm going to explain some of the technical words that you may see in an office renovation code. This could save you some time going back and forth with your contractors so that you can make a better choice when selecting a good contractor. Hi everyone, my name is Zen and I have been in this design and build industry for over 13 years now, working with over 170 homeowners and office tenants across Singapore to transform their space. Personally, I have moved house 7 times and had first-hand experience the excitement, the stress and the challenges of doing a new house for a family of 5 in Singapore. In this channel, I would like to share what I pick up, learn along my journey. This channel is all about documenting and sharing what I've learned in my journey. I get to work with great customers and I want to share the useful tips and strategies that I have learned throughout this journey. So, you had arranged and met up with a few contractors and requested them to submit their quotations. After a few days of waiting, you received the quotations from them. But when you received the quotes, you saw that not only the final amount varies a lot, but there are also different wordings and styles in their writings. There are also a few technical terms which you do not understand. Some quotes are not complete. There are words such as by others, to be confirmed, and to be advised. So which quote do you choose such that they are the best value for money? In order to understand why contractor quoted this way, we need to first understand some of the technical jargons and terms that they use in an office renovation code. I shall list some of the common terms that appears in an office renovation code. Number 1, LEW. LEW, loosely speaking, means licensed electrical worker. An LEW is required to ensure the proper installation of the electrical system under his care. For he will be required to endorse on an electrical circuit diagram, which we call a single line drawing. Sometimes you may come across another word which we call BLEW. It stands for Building LEW. A BLEW is a person or company appointed by the landlord to have a second level of checks for your office setup. Sometimes you may see a form called CS3. It is an application form endorsed by both the LEW to be sent back to the landlord. And number 2, LP. LP stands for licensed plumber. So if the tenanted unit has a requirement for water supply, you will see this term in the quotation. This is for the endorsement of water supply and the drainage system used by the unit, endorsed by a qualified person. And number 3, PE, professional engineer. A PE is a qualified person with a valid certificate whom can endorse the structural portion of your unit if you require. You may see this if there's any wall demolition works be required to ensure that any structure in your office is structurally sound. Number 4, public insurance liability. Some building management requires that the tenant contractor purchase this additional insurance to include the landlord's name before any works commence. This is on top of whatever insurance that any good contractor would already have. And number 5, BP submission. MAA, NOA, FSP, FP, all these terms are related to the SCDF submissions. As a tenant, you just need to remind your contractor to have the correct type of submission to SCDF. Doing the wrong submission may delay the move-in date as well as being issued a non-compliance order from the landlord or SCDF. If you are interested in the terms, I will list them down in another slide. BP, MAA, NOA, FSC, FP, or here. There are 2 main reasons why contractors use by others. The first is when they are unsure of the cost incurred, as it is usually charged by a third-party vendor which the contractor is unfamiliar with. Examples of third-party vendors which can include the fire protection contractor, which is in charge of the sprinkler and the fire alarm system for the whole building. Another third-party vendor which the contractor may be unfamiliar with is the building LEW, who are responsible for the whole electrical loading for the whole building. They are usually appointed by the building MCSD or the landlord on a yearly contract. The second reason why contractors use by others could be to lower the overall cost of the code. They could deliberately lift up the price so that the tender sum is lower than the competitors. This way, to an inexperienced customer, the contractor would be selected if based on price alone. The next 2 words, to be confirmed and to be advised, are used when more information is needed from the client. But they could not get the answer from the customer before the code was generated. For example, if a customer has not decided on using a vinyl floor or the marble floor or the office entrance, this is because the price difference between the marble floor and the vinyl floor is quite huge. And To avoid confusion, the contractor would usually put to be confirmed or to be advised by the customer. If you were to ask me, my suggestion will be to ask the contractor to quote for both options and leaving the second option as optional items in case our bosses wants the option for consideration. This way, you can have both quotes on hand ready for comparison and answer to the bosses or stakeholder when you require. So, we have discussed on the common technical terms for an office renovation works. We have also touched on why some of the wording that contractor used in their quotes. So, how do you choose the most suitable ID or contractor for your home office? How do you choose the most suitable ID or contractor for your office renovation? My take is to avoid the ones that has a lot of by others or those with a lot of missing pricing. Unless you are the sole owner or have no bosses to report to, choosing the lowest quote might result in a large unexpected bill when finishing the project of your renovation. No one likes to be billed an unexpected cost at the end of the whole project. Another suggestion would be to choose the one that you feel most comfortable with. When I say comfortable with, I meant not only the contractor as a person, but also the way the quote is written or presented to you. You can get a sense of their knowledge and expertise by the way the quote is written and presented, as well as how he explained the various queries that you may have, no matter how written a detailed quotation is. What other technical jargons that you have come across in your office renovation code? If you'd like to know more about the technical jargons, do comment below. And if there's enough interest, we'll do another video to look at the other technical terms that were highlighted. And if you find this video useful, you can look at other videos which we do for a home renovation in Singapore. Thank you.